let you know a little bit about me. I'm a dad. Any dads here? Yeah. All right. Anybody excited for Father's Day? That's the exact right response. Father's Day is such a scam holiday, right? What other holiday does the person being honored have to remind people that it's coming up, right? You don't see Jesus in December going, "Psst, my birthday's just around the corner." No. But being a dad is rewarding, is something I have heard. Last year, my daughter got me a Father's Day card, opened it up, and it said, "Happy Father's Day. Thank you for being my free Uber driver." 3.5 stars. Music sucks, talks too much, needs better snacks. It's the nicest thing she's ever said to me. I recently tried to run a joke by her, and I was like, "All right, what do you think about this?" Because she's 16 and trying to be relevant with the youth, which tells you how old I am. And so I told this joke, and she's like, "Well, first of all, I hate how you start words." It's like, where do you go from there? I just shut up. So that's going great. But I always wanted to be a dad. Because I had a great dad, and he's still alive, but he's awesome. But I always wanted to be like him, and one of the things that was most like that I wanted to be like was I wanted to hunt and gather the way my father hunted and gathered, and his father before him. And so early mornings on Saturdays, I get up and hunt the plains of Bothell for donuts. And the other day, I went to this donut place, and it had a sign on the window that said, "Proudly Christian Owned," which is a sign that should just read, "Prepare to be disappointed." Because, look, I'm Team Jesus, but Christian is a pretty terrible adjective, like Christian music, Christian movies, Christian politicians. Prepare to be disappointed. And Jesus is great, but he's not the faith leader that I would look to for my donut wisdom, right? Have you seen that guy? I mean, he looks like he's always on CrossFit. It's a crucifix joke. No, my faith leader, the faith leader that I look to when I'm going to buy donuts, I go into the shop and I look for a little shrine to Buddha. Right? Because that's a guy who knows his way around a crawler. The fourfold path to enlightenment is a maple bar, an apple fritter, something jelly-filled, and then whatever your bliss desires. Yeah, anyway, I love donuts. Anyway, we can tell. I am going through some life changes. This isn't a puberty talk, but going through some changes, and I recently changed jobs, and one of the things that I was thinking about as I'm changing jobs is like, what do I want to do? So I started thinking of some of my dream jobs, and the first one was I wanted to create a furniture judging competition where people would bring their furniture, their pieces to me, and I would judge them, the furniture. And I want to be called the Ottoman umpire. All right, yeah, some wordplay, right? Yeah, you know, clapping is not as much fun as you think, Matt. Clapping is good. Matt's my friend. Another job that I would love to do is I would like to be the spelling bee word announcer person, right? The person who comes up and like the kid who's like homeschooled, their whole future rides on it, whether or not they spell this word correctly, they stand there, they're sweating, and I say, "Your word is superfluous." And they might say, "Could you use it in a sentence?" And this is why I want that job. Because I will say, "Yes, please spell superfluous." And superfluous is one of my favorite words. And I know it's a bit extra, but it is one of my favorite words. Yeah. All right. I also, I did change jobs, and it's hard changing jobs. I'm 44 years old. One of the hardest parts about changing jobs is making new friends at work. right? Because like I worked at the same place for 20 years. I knew everybody there. And then I went to this new place. I don't know anybody. And when I was a kid, making friends was so easy. My first friend, a kid named Casey Borgen, that's his real name. He'll never see this. But we became friends because I noticed that he was also wearing a belt. That's all it took. I was like, Casey, let's play. I can't do that anymore at work, right? The guy in the office next to me, his name is Bill. I can't go up to Bill and say, Bill, we're both wearing belts. Let's play. HR has rules about that now. So, it's hard out here on these friend streets, but I'm trying to pick up some new hobbies and set goals for my life. And setting goals is new for me because up until recently, I just thought aspirations meant you had a really sweaty butt crack. Like today, it's pretty hot. Had a lot of aspirations earlier. I was putting in our AC and I was like, I am aspirating pretty hard. How's food? Is it good? Good. Yeah, it's hard to set goals. I need to eat better, so I stopped spilling stuff on my shirt because that's getting expensive. The other day, I strained my shoulder putting on my pants. Like that's a wake-up sign, right? In my defense, they were right out of the dryer. So tempting to put on dryer pants, right? They're so warm and comforting, kind of like a hug from your mom. They're also so judgmental, like a hug from my mom. Anyway, but I do want to be kind of more like my dad. My dad is really great. One of his favorite things to do is to go to the grocery store and just read greeting cards. That's my dad, right? Like you can cancel cable and everything, and you'd be like, that's fine. I'm just going to go to Safeway and just read greeting cards. And I'm finding myself doing things like him now. Like I want to go to the grocery store and I look at greeting cards. I'm like, would my dad like this? But I also want to make some enhancements to the greeting cards. So like if somebody has a retirement card, they have this stuff in there, but I think I can help and make it better. And so I add in like, hey, congratulations on your retirement. Statistically, you're 12% more likely to die early now that you're retired, so enjoy the time you have. Or like a condolences card. Grandpa's in a better place. Maybe because he doesn't have to listen to your whining anymore. Or a promotion card, like congrats on the promotion. Your mom still isn't going to say she's proud of you. I think that could help people. Was that too close? I'm sorry. You're like, whoa, where can I get these cards? Bothell Safeway has some. They're around. They're kind of a collector's item. But I'm picking up new hobbies. I'm getting back into like playing guitar. I used to play guitar. I was in a band. I was real cool. We don't believe that at all. You're right. But my wife was really supportive of me getting a new guitar, and she likes when I play guitar because it usually means I'm in a different room. So things are great at home. She doesn't usually like to come and watch me do comedy because she's positive she's going to outlive me, and she only wants to watch me die the one time. So that's good. Like I said, I did change jobs. My new job is at a university. My previous job, surprising, this is not my full-time gig. Before this, I worked at a church. I was a pastor for 20 years. Yeah, so I'll pray for you. Being a pastor is great, but sometimes people make weird complaints when you're a pastor. The music's too loud, the sermon's too long, you're fat. Some of those are real personal. But I am terrible at counseling. Is something that I learned. Like couples would come and they're going through stuff, and I immediately choose sides. Like that's not a good sign, right? Like, no, she's being real dumb. My church knew that I was doing comedy, and they would, at the end of the sessions when we met, the husband would always say, "This isn't going to end up in the act, is it?" And then I would always say, oh, that's the narcissism she was talking about. All right, we'll be back next week. So, all right, that's all for me, everybody. Thank you so much.